fucking bounce it.
Hey, what is going on everybody? My name's Ashley and welcome to another episode in my Crystal Palace career mode. If you do enjoy the video, please drop a like. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, and if you'd like, check out any social media links or links to previous episodes, they'll be down in the description below. So we're going to be jumping straight on into the action, and we're going to be going up against West Ham, and we are slowly sliding down the table due to the amount of draws that we begin. So we need to try and pick up some wins in this episode, and it starts off well for West Ham as they get an opportunity to get inside the box and fire a shot, well saved by the keeper. And one of the things that we do have is a wafer thin squad, and when one of our players goes down injured inside our own penalty area, we are really worried about the situation. So we go and see that MacArthur has got an injury and we've had to replace him and bring in Jordan Much as a replacement. But it's Jordan Much who picks up the ball, plays it into Jedinak. Jedinak's trying to get past some defenders and looking to get us into the box and find the feet of Charlie Austin. Charlie Austin is a top goal scorer but does not manage to get past the keeper with that near post shot. But then we pick up the ball once again with Much, turning his defender, striking him off and playing it into Austin. Austin then plays it through to Balassi. Balassi looks to cut inside the defenders and then gets taken out with a slide tackle in the area, and Austin is going to be that man to step up from the spot as usual, as we do with penalties, and he is going to put it away, giving us a 1-0 lead. And then again we look to get through with Balassi, looking to pick up the ball in the wide areas. He tries a skill move, trying to spin the defender, does lose out, wins it back, gets inside the area and has a shot that is amazingly cleared off the line by the defender, keeping the scores at 1-0. But West Ham came straight back at us, looking to push forward, trying to create opportunities. Getting an opportunity in the final first, Valencia crossed it into the back post and Moses of all people was there to head it home to make it 1-1. But we were trying to get back into the game, trying to continue to try for the 3 points. A nice work by Much, finding Kabay, plays it into Austin, and Austin's shot is chipped up and the keeper saves easily. So we move on into the second half, and it was a back and forth game, but West Ham really dominated the second half, and an opportunity here by Moses cutting inside and firing a shot, well saved by McCarthy, keeping the scores at 1-1. Then we get an opportunity here, so Joel Ward goes down as we go to play forward with Zaha, and as Zaha takes it down the wide area, he's challenged by Moses. As he cuts it back, the referee's going to blow up, and that's going to be another injury, this time to our right back. So we're going to have to go ahead and replace Ward. We're going to bring on Scott Dan as he's the only defender we have on the bench. Luckily, although Ward can't play at right back, Zuma can, so we're going to shift Zuma out to right back and play Dan through the centre. So West Ham, looking at our weakened team, look to pounce. Mark Noble finding Zarate. Zarate plays it back to Noble, plays it back to Zarate, and the save is brilliant from the keeper, keeping us at 1-1 and keeping us in this game. So then it comes to Jenkinson playing it back to Noble. Noble looks to play in towards Antonio, who plays it towards Carroll, and Carroll's snapshot is well saved by the keeper, and the scores remain 1-1, and we do end up picking up a all-important point. But victories is what we need in this episode. And we move on into some training here, trying to improve the general situation of the squad. But what is important is Much is growing into that holding midfield player that we want him to be for the next season. And as we say, we need wins. We're going to be going on a trip to Old Trafford, which is generally a fruitless place for teams travelling up to that part of the country. But we're going to go and see what we can do. And we get an opportunity early on. Charlie Austin take it into the wide area, looking to cut past defenders, looking for space to get a shot off and bring it inside the box. He feints past a few defenders, but eventually when he does get his shot off, it's well held by Victor Valdez in net, keeping the scores at 0-0. Man United then look to come back at us, playing the ball around lovely, creating space for themselves with ease, finding the ball through to Memphis Depay, who has that pace to burn defenders, gets inside the area, looks to get the shot off, and it is well saved by the keeper at the near post, keeping the scores at 0-0. Yannick Balassi showing that whatever Memphis Depay can do, he can do equally, and drives past defenders, forcing a brilliant save from Victor Valdez once again, but the scores remain 0-0. And then it's Man United's turn to pick up the ball. Some nice work here by Valencia, plays it to Darmian. Darmian looks to drive inside and find some open space to Fellaini. Fellaini is going to try and turn our defender and get a shot off, but the keeper is equal to it and keeps the scores at 0-0. Man United then push forward again in the second half. So nice work here. Rooney finding Schneiderlin. Schneiderlin plays the overlapping Darmian in, and the shot is eventually palmed wide by the keeper. But we get another opportunity of our own. Some nice work here, finding Yank Balassi in the wide area. He looks to cut inside the defenders, and his shot is well saved by the keeper and eventually scrambled away by Daley Blind, keeping the scores at 0-0. And that was how the game did finish. So we pick up another point in a game which we did not expect anything from. So we're going to move on now into some training, and we see that Jordan March has grown even more, and also our centre back Reinveld has picked up a upgrade as well. So we move on into our final game of the episode, and we're going to be going up against Norwich, which is a game that we should expect to win, but as our form is low, we are struggling at the moment. And we have to rotate the team because the team was very tired after that trip to Manchester United, and it starts off well with our rotational striker Connor Wickham trying to find space to get inside the defender. Eventually he manages to pass it off to Joe Ledley, who is also in as a rotational player, and scores to give us a 1-0 lead, which is exactly what we need. So Joe Ledley picks up the ball, plays it to Chung Young in the wide area, looking to cut inside the defender, and he is a very tricky player as a rotational winger, and he finds Connor Wickham in the area free, who gives us a 2-0 lead, which is exactly what we need. But Norwich did come back, us picking up the ball here, playing it through to Hooper. Hooper looks to find space beyond the defenders, plays it to Malumbu. Malumbu eventually plays it to Houlihan, and his shot is well blocked by the keeper, keeping us at 0-0. And then Norwich get another opportunity here, trying to play the ball, and we punch it out, and the defender only half clears it to Malumbu. Malumbu puts it back in. Jarvis then clears it. A poor throw out gives the ball away once again. Whittaker picks up the ball, plays it to Teti. Teti looks to try and find space for Malumbu. Malumbu looks to play it in, plays it to Jarvis, plays it back to Malumbu, and his shot is well saved and palmed over the bar. But we get an opportunity from a free kick, we flash it wide, and Sako misses the opportunity. Then in the 90th minute they get an opportunity. Higuain picks up the ball, looks to drive in towards the area, fires a first time cross to Sebastian Bassong, who heads it home to make it 2-1. But we do pick up the all important 3 points, so we get that points that we do need on the board. So we're going to move on now, and as you can see, our next game will be against Arsenal, but that is going to bring an end to the episode, guys. Hope you have enjoyed. Until next time, my name is Ashley, thanks for watching, and goodbye.